EPMA Forum. We have more than 140 people attending that forum, coming from exactly 27 countries. So it's a very good sign. It just shows the interest in horse race betting, and especially in Pari Mutuel, which is something we as PMA and we as PMU believe being the best way to bet on horse racing. And when I look at the different subjects, and I will have the opportunity to come back on a couple of points later, clearly what we recognize is that the world is changing very fast. And if we do not adapt ourselves, if we do not anticipate the major trends in the market, of the competition, of the entertainment world, if we do not rejuvenate or renew the way we propose horse racing and betting, we might be in danger in the future. A lot of things are changing these months or these years. Clearly, there is a new competition. There are more and more competitors coming into this betting market in the different countries. There are new laws raising in the different countries, which are reshaping the way competition is operating in our respective countries. And the key question for us, facing that change of environment, is how to secure our future success. There is no one single way, there are different ways, and I will come back on just a couple of comments on what PMU has been doing the last 2 years, just to face the new competition, to face the loss of our monopoly. But there is one key point, which is if we do not change, if we do not move fast, we are going to suffer in changing world. What I really appreciate in today's meeting is that I believe that today's agenda touch base key points. And the 3 key subjects which are going to be covered this afternoon after my preliminary pitch are racing authorities and parameter operator. Are we still running the same race? We should run the same race, but maybe there is a difference of perception, there is a difference in terms of speed, there is a misunderstanding about who are the customers. There are a lot of subjects which will be covered by that panel. Then there will be a discussion about the key factors for a successful international racing betting event. And the third subject is one of my preferred subjects, is how to address new generation. Because even if we are doing, most of us, pretty well, looking forward in 5, 10 or 20 years from now, if we do not adapt, if we do not rejuvenate the way we approach things, we may lack customers because the young people will not be interested by our world. Just a few words, and I don't want to bother you too much with PMU, but just as an example, we faced 2 years ago a change of environment, or a potential change of environment. The loss of our monopoly, and we lost our monopoly on horse racing betting last year in May 2010 online. But at the same time, there was a new law in the French market which allowed us to expand our activities. I will continue without the micro. Expand our activities into new kind of betting, sports and poker. There was a key question, which was which kind of strategy do we follow? We could have decided not to enter or not to diversify our activities. We could have decided to stick on horse betting and to face the competition coming from the other player like the turf or any other player in the horse betting industry. But at the same time, my strong belief that our competitors are not only the betting competitors, but it's also the sport betting of competitors, it's also poker, it's also all kinds of entertainment environment. And the other way to approach competition was to expand our activities. We decided 2 years ago to expand our activities into sports betting, poker, on top of our core business, which is horse racing. So we launched sports betting almost a year and a half ago, poker 2, and we're still running on horse betting, obviously on internet. And bottom line, what do we have? We have a good growth on the retail channel, and we are today the #1 betting website on horse racing plus sport plus poker. And in fact, when we decided to diversify our activity and to move into new areas, we had a few objectives in mind. The first one was to achieve growth on horse racing betting, and it's done. I mean, this year we have year-to-date a growth of 4.45%, which is pretty good. And by the way, the growth is speeding up, because this last, on the third quarter of this year, we will grow horse betting by 6%. We increased our market share on sports betting. We started from scratch, from zero in June 2010. Today we have 20% market share, and we had last year 10% during the second semester, and we are growing step by step our market share, and we are very close to be the #2 on the market, and my strong belief that we are going to be #2 next year. We launched poker. We are probably the #5 or #6, with about 5–6% market share. Without spending money on marketing and advertising, we had a very shy, low-profile approach on poker. It worked. We continue to grow our retail channel, because even if we talk a lot about internet, we believe that the strong basis of our success for the future at PMU is the retail channel. Today we have a bit more than 11,000 outlets. My belief that we will continue over the next few years to expand the number of outlets probably up to 13,000. It's really critical to have that channel, the real world in the villages and cities of France with PMU. We improve our IT operation, and clearly we decided, and some of you are our partners outside of France, we decided to really expand our international activities. And by the way, internationally we grew last year by 20%. The trend this year is again 20%, and we are going probably to grow by more than 20% next year outside of France by selling the French races to our partners everywhere in the world. Just to give you a few ideas, online market, and it's not only PMU, we have today 85% market share on online betting on horse races. The online market for horse betting is about €500 million first semester of 2011. Sports betting was about €300 million. So what does it mean is that sports betting did not destroy horse betting. Horse betting is still moving, and by the way, what's interesting is that horse betting is growing this year compared to last year online, while at the same time sports betting is decreasing. It's true that there is no World Cup this year, but what we see is that we have a positive move of horse betting, while at the same time sport betting is decreasing and poker is flat compared to last year. And the second interesting point is that the market opened to competition a year ago, close to a year and a half ago, and today the market is already consolidated in horse betting, sports betting on limited number of players. On sports betting with 4 players who have 95% of the market, and on horse betting with 3 players who have more than 95% of the market. So the market consolidating on very limited number of players extremely fast. If you look at PMU, during the first half of this year, we grew by 8% altogether, including sports and poker. Our internet activity grew by 64%, while at the same time the retail channel grew by 3%. And by the way, what we can say that this year, full year, our net profit, which flows fully down to floating and gallop organization, will grow by close to 10%. So the only end result of that very short presentation about PMU, that we could have had 2 reactions facing competition. Either to be extremely conservative and say we are going to protect our world of horse betting, or to be very active and to say, well, we need to move fast, we need to accelerate the company, we need to diversify, and clearly that's the decision we made, and it works. So we changed the image of PMU, we rejuvenated quite a few things within the company, but based on a strong basis, because I joined the PMU 2.5 years ago, and I found a company which was already doing extremely well. But if I look forward, there are a few key issues. Even if short-term we are doing pretty well, if I look forward, there are some key questions, and some of the key questions are going to be addressed today. First one, if I look at who are the online customers by activities, by type of bets. You look at the range of 18 years old to 24 years old, 34% of them play on sports betting, 57% on poker, and only 9% on horse betting. For the range 25 to 34, 17% on sport, poker 71%, horse racing 12%. 35 to 54, you have the figure there, 35 for horse racing, 48 for poker, 16 for sport. It's only starting 55 years old where you have the majority of customers in France who are on horse racing. And I do not believe that a young guy, 25 years old, will wake up when he's 40, well, I'm 40, I'm going to be a fan of horse racing. It's too late. We need to educate these people. And when we look forward, if we do not anticipate, if we do not react to that, I can tell you that PMU and horse racing betting will decrease by 5% per year, starting 7 or 8 years from now. To attract the young generation, we need to change a few things. And my belief that there are a few key success factors. I mean, you have the logo of PMU at the center, but I'm pretty sure I could put the logo of any of you. It will be the same thing and the same analysis. And through the different discussions I have with my peers from different countries, we are raising the same points. We need to renew the customer base. We need to attract young people. In order to attract young people, we need to improve the horse racing image. We need to present horse racing a different way. We need to invent new bets. We need to innovate in terms of product. We need to innovate in terms of IT, for example, betting on iPhone, iPad, or Androids. We need to adapt our retail channel, especially the retail channel image, and we need to diversify. If we are static, we are going to be in danger within the next 5 to 10 years. And this is my key message for today. And I think that we have a common understanding, and I'm very happy to share all this information among all of us. Thank you very much.